ولقد يسرنا القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to the new Madinah Arabic video tutorial. We are starting lesson 5 of book 1, so this is going to be part 1 of lesson 5. We will start this lesson by learning an important combination of two ism type words in Arabic, which is called al-idafah. Al-idafah. Let me give you an example to explain what idafah is. هذا حامد. This is Hamid. هذا كتاب. This is a book. Now what if I want to say this is Hamid's book? How can I say it in Arabic? To build such a sentence, we first need to learn how to say Hamid's book or the book of Hamid. Let's try to build such a combination of two ism in Arabic. We will first write down these two words next to each other. The book is Al-Kitabu. Hamid is Hamidun. Currently, these are just two ism sitting next to each other. The translation would be the book Hamid. They're not related to each other at all. But to say the book of Hamid, we need to build a special connection between Al-Kitabu and Hamidun. We can do it as follows. We take out the definite article al from Al-Kitabu and it becomes Kitabu. And we make the ism Hamidun majroor by changing the end to tanween kasrah. And we read them together as Kitabu Hamidin. Kitabu Hamidin. That's it. Now we have two ism connected to each other in a way that the second ism is the possessor of the first ism. This combination is called إضافة in Arabic. Let's give names to each ism of the إضافة here. The first ism is the thing being possessed, and we call it مضاف. The second ism is the possessor, and we call it مضاف إليه. So the possessed is مضاف and the possessor is مضاف إليه. An important rule about مضاف إليه, the possessor, is that it is always majroor, as in Hamidin here. And a couple of important rules about مضاف are as follows. It cannot carry the definite article al. As you just saw, we had to strip off al from al-kitabu to make it مضاف. Neither it can carry the sign of indefiniteness, which is tanween or noon ending. Here, kitabu is ending with u, not un. So it is wrong to say al-kitabu hamidin or kitabun hamidin. It has to be kitabu hamidin. The book of Hamid or Hamid's book, kitabu hamidin. Now before we learn to use this إضافة structure in a sentence, let's practice building such combinations by going through the exercise 2 of lesson 5 on page 28 of the book. In this exercise, we have many pairs of ism given, and we need to build إضافة combinations between the pairs. First one is Kitabun and Muhammadun. The book and Muhammad. How do we say Muhammad's book? It will be Kitabu Muhammadin, right? Kitabu Muhammadin. It translates as Muhammad's book or the book of Muhammad. Here, Kitabu is the mudaf and Muhammadin is the mudaf ilayh. Notice I'm not using al article nor tanween ending with the mudaf. And mudaf ilayh, Muhammadin, is coming as majroor ism. Second one, Maktabun al-mudarrisu. How do we combine them into إضافة? Maktabul mudarrisi. The teacher's desk. Maktabul mudarrisi. Maktabu is the mudaf with no tanween nor al article, and al-mudarrisi is the mudaf ilayh, which is the majroor ism. Next we have qalamun hamidun. What will be Hamid's pen? Qalamu hamidin. Very good. Another mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Qalamu hamidin. Next, miftahun wa al-baytu. What will be the إضافة combination? Miftahul bayti. Great. Miftahul bayti, which means the house's key or the key of the house. The mudaf is miftahu and al-bayti is the mudaf ilayh. The next pair is baytun wa abbasun. How do we say the house of Abbas? Baytu Abbasin, right? Baytu Abbasin. The mudaf has neither al nor tanween, and the mudaf ilayh is coming as majroor. Next we have dukkanun and at-tajiru. How do we say the trader's store? Dukkanu tajiri. Dukkanu tajiri. Another mudaf with no al nor tanween, and at-tajiri is a mudaf ilayh, which is coming as majroor. Next one, غرفتun aliyun. Let's say Ali's room. How do we say it? غرفة علي. غرفة علي. Now, which one is mudaf here? غرفة. Correct. And the mudaf ilayh, the possessor, is علي. Next, بيت المهندس. Al-muhandisu means the engineer. So what will be the idafa combination? Baytul muhandisi, right? Baytul muhandisi, the engineer's house. Which one is the mudaf ilayhi here? Al-muhandisi, very good. And the ism baytu is the mudaf. Next, daftarun sa'idun. Daftarun means a notebook. Now how do we say Sa'id's notebook? Daftaru Sa'idin. Very good. Daftaru Sa'idin. So what is daftaru here? It is mudaf. And Sa'idin is the mudaf ilayh. Very nice. Next, ismun al-waladu. The ismun here means a name. It is another meaning of ism, not to be confused with ism type words. So how do we say the name of the boy? Ismul waladi, the boy's name, or the name of the boy. Ismul waladi. Ismu is the mudaf, and al-waladi is the mudaf ilayh. The next pair of ism is mindilun wa yasirun. How can we say the handkerchief of Yasir? Mindilu Yasirin. Very good. Mindilu is the mudaf, so it doesn't have al article, neither tanween. And Yasirin is the mudaf ilayh, which is coming as majroor. Next we have kitabun wa Allahu. How can we say the book of Allah? Kitabullahi, the book of Allah. Kitabullahi. Kitabu here is the mudaf, and ism Allahi is coming as the mudaf ilayh of the idafa. Next we have qamisun and ammarun. What will be the idafa combination? Qamisu ammarin. Ammar's shirt. Qamisu ammarin. Qamisu is the mudaf, and ammarin is the mudaf ilayh. The next pair is bintun and at-tabibu. Bintun means a daughter. Notice this ism does not end with ta marbuta, but it is still mu'annath ism because bintun refers to a female. How do we build an idafa from these two ism? We say bintu tabibi. Bintu tabibi. Bintu is the mudaf, and at-tabibi is the mudaf ilayh. Now let me ask you another question. Is at-tabibi ma'rifa or nakira? Definite or indefinite? It is ma'rifa, right? Because of the al-definite article. How about bintu? Is it ma'rifa or nakira? Interesting question, isn't it? If it was bintun, we could have said it is nakira. If it was al-bintu, we could have said it is ma'rifa. But this ism looks to be in the middle of the two forms. Bintu doesn't have al, but it also doesn't end with tanween, to call it nakira. Actually, this is what happens to the ism when it comes as mudaf. By looking at the mudaf alone, we cannot tell if it's ma'rifa or nakira. To figure out mudaf's definiteness, we look at the mudaf ilayh. If the mudaf ilayh is nakira, then the mudaf is also nakira. And if the mudaf ilayh is ma'rifa, then the mudaf is also ma'rifa. Here we just said mudaf ilayh at-tabibu is ma'rifa. So the ism bintu is also treated as ma'rifa. That is why we translate this idafa as the daughter of the doctor, or the doctor's daughter. As a side example, if you wanted to say a doctor's daughter, we would say bintu tabibin. Bintu tabibin. See here, مضاف إليه طبيب is nakira. Therefore, the مضاف bintu is also considered to be nakira. Bintu طبيب is a daughter of a doctor. Let's see the next pair. سرير وخالد. How do we say Khalid's bed? سرير خالد. Very nice. Is the mudaf ma'rifah here or nakira? The mudaf is ma'rifah, right? Because the mudaf ilayh is the name Khalidun, which is ma'rifah. As we learned in lesson 4, names of people are treated as ma'rifah. Now because mudaf ilayh is ma'rifah, mudaf sariru here is also treated as ma'rifah. And the final pair is miftahun wa as-sayyaratu. Miftahun is a key and as-sayyaratu means the car. As-sayyaratu is ending with ta marbuta, so it is a mu'annath or feminine ism. What will be the إضافة combination of these two ism words? It will be مفتاح السيارة. مفتاح السيارة. Here the mudaf is مفتاح and the mudaf إليه is السيارة. Is مفتاح معرفة or nakira? It is معرفة because mudaf إليه السيارة is معرفة ism. So we can translate this as the key of the car or the car's key. How can we say a car's key or a key of a car? For that we need to make the mudaf إليه nakira. So it should be مفتاح سيارة, a car's key. مفتاح سيارة. سيارة is nakira, so is the mudaf مفتاح. I think we learned enough for today. If you can, try to rewrite the إضافة combinations of this exercise on your own and check your answers with mine. We will go over the dialogue at the beginning of the lesson next time inshallah. Until then, Assalamu alaikum.